Hey everybody, I am back at the Weather Network this evening, Sunday, across the country from coast to coast, and I'm heading there right now. I'm doing some behind the scenes because I'm putting together a blog, a day in the life of. Every day for me is different, but on the weekends when I'm on the Weather Network, I'm giving you a little glimpse of behind the scenes there too. So let's go. Okay, so just arrived to the Weather Network. Traffic wasn't too bad, so I got here relatively early, which I like to do. Check out all my clothes in my locker, get out my valise, and then I read through my notes. I'm always prepared before I come, before I actually speak to the briefer. So I like to have as much knowledge as possible before I get on set. Tonight I'll be on the active weather set, which you guys will get a glimpse of. We'll probably go very soon, so I'm heading into the building right now, although I wouldn't mind staying over here with you guys for a bit longer because it is absolutely beautiful, but I'll give you more details on that weather pretty soon. Okay, so here we are in the ladies change room. So the first thing I like to do when I come in is I sort through my outfits, my dresses, particularly because it's a beautiful summer day. I choose what I'm going to wear, and then I bring it over here to the steamer. Our steamer's amazing. They're so quick and easy. So I'll steam my dress. I like to come makeup ready. I touch up my makeup and then my hair goes up, which usually takes me the longest amount of time. Then you add all of your essentials, your accessories, including those heels. And then I'll show you guys the final look and then we go together on set. Okay, so I am ready with my final look. So I did a matching heel. It is very close to the dress actually. So it's a peach coral or coral, I don't know what language you speak. I did the hair split in the middle with a split low braid, and then I have gold accessories, gold hoops, and gold accessories for the hair. Showing you this dress. So this dress is from Wilfred, and it has pockets, which is one of my favorite things about this dress. It's very light and very comfortable, so I'm not going to sweat throughout the evening, which is very important for a host. You want to feel very comfortable in what you're wearing. So the most important thing for me is always to wear something breathable, and then it's sleeve is the style. And then of course you do your nude body shapers underneath, and the nude hose as well. And the dress is Wilfred. It is not a newer piece from Wilfred. It's definitely an older piece. Of course, Wilfred has its own stores in Canada, and you'll also find it from Aritzia. But I find that their pieces are very timeless. So even though this is a few years old, I think it's a perfect transition for the very first day of summer, June the 20th. Here's our summer solstice. And of course, I'll have more details on the weather now, so you got a few minutes. Okay, so this may be a little bit better light. It's just brighter white light here for you. You can take a little better look at the makeup. Again, I did do those shimmering highlights, but I popped the lip with a brighter pink because again, I find that the nude peaches, they're just too dull for TV. But then, you know, keeping in mind with the look I'm doing, I even popped the eyes a little bit with a brighter pink because it brings out the green in my eyes. So of course you have to do what works best for you, but this is the final look for tonight's television broadcast. Okay, so this shift, like I mentioned, airs evening, overnight into pre-dawn. So if there's no specialty program, then if you're in Canada, then you'll be able to watch me all the way till about 6:30 a.m. That's in the Eastern time zone.
That heat and humidity certainly continues as we officially enter the summer season.
Okay, everybody, so I showed you how I got here for a day in the life of here today. I've been at the Weather Network for evening, overnight, and into pre-dawn. That's when I'm on air for Saturdays and Sundays. Took you into the change room, showed you the look, we filmed, and now I'm in between sets, and shortly I will be going home, and then I'm going to take you with me out as well. Before I head out of here, I have to make sure to unmic. I forget this a lot. So, of course, we use lav mics here, and then this is the IFB I use. This is, of course, my personal cable because hygienic reasons, it goes into your ear. Then, of course, it's attached to a pack. So I unmic, get rid of my pack, and then head back into my change room to change because I always like entering and exiting in comfy clothes. It just always makes me feel like, okay, end of the night, and then you put on your comfy shoes. So now we unmic. So this is what the mic pack looks like. Typically the best way you'll see on-air presenters wear this on their clothes is typically under their garments, and that way you can't see the wires and you just have the mic. I know I've seen a lot of YouTubers and they just kind of stick it on and the wires are hanging out. It's really whatever your preference is, but for television it's really best to have those cables hidden, so that's why you can never see my cables, because you slip them under your garments. And I forgot to show you something interesting here for the IFB. It actually has this really cool clip that I clip. You'll see a lot of male presenters rather, they'll have it clipped on the back of their button downs, and then for me, whatever I'm wearing, you just have it clipped here. This is what it looks like. It's just this clip, and then here is the IFB cable, and of course that is plugged into this, and this is the way I communicate with my directors and my producers throughout my shift. Okay, so now I've got my cable out, my IFB and my mic, and then you actually have to like remove them from your garments because you've got them tucked in, and then you give it back to your producer and your director. Voila! Muy simple. Very easy. Okay, now we are going to return the equipment to the Omni Suite, where my media producer, he's in charge of collecting these and distributing them to the on-air hosts throughout the night. So we just leave them here. Everything is sanitized before and after.
Okay.
So I mentioned I'm doing a day in the life of, and then I just kind of follow people around. But I always say I get a briefing from my meteorologist. Here's one of the meteorologists, Kevin. Yeah, so they brief us and they give us all their brilliance, and that's why I know what I'm talking about when I get on there. Okay, so we've said goodnight to the meteorology team, our media producer. I gave back my equipment. Now I am heading back into my change room. And this is where, as I mentioned before, I get into my comfy clothes, just a system I have. I like to arrive and then leave really comfortable and just really feel like me. Take off the heels and all the accessories and the jewelry and everything. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so all changed in my favorite thing to wear in the world, which is leggings. I have like every color. We're doing this Forever 21, so getting ready to go. Lights out, baby. Here we go. Okay, back to the hallway. I always have a valise with me because I like my clothes in my valise better. So I'm exiting the building to get to my car, and then I'm going to drive home. And it is a ways home, but I find it's really relaxing because the city is really beautiful to drive through at nighttime. I try to find something good in everything I do. It's really well written. So it's time to say goodbye. This is where we part. Buenas noches.